Royal Rumble. Get ready, cause the madness is kicked in and I'm gonna win, oh yeah! Yes! Woo!
This is Wrestling Jeopardy! And now, here is your host, Kevin J. Callis!
Hello and welcome, wrestling fans. Are you ready to rumble in this very special episode of the interactive game show where you're the contestant?
Countdown is on.
Tick-tock. Tick-tock.
This is Royal Rumble Jeopardy, and here are the 5 categories that you'll be quizzed on in this episode. Beginning with, what year was it? Followed by some royal botches. Our third category, unlucky numbers. Our fourth category, opening pairs. And our fifth and final category, as voted on by you in the most recent WrestleTrivia poll, the 3 choices you had to choose from were Royal Rumble Randoms, Royal Rumble Relics, or Royal Rumble Runner-Ups. And the winner with over 60% of the votes, everybody loves a surprise, especially if it's a random surprise. Fifth category is going to be Royal Rumble Randoms. And that sound means it's time for the 200-point job around, the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy. Can you answer all 5 of these questions correctly, or will you completely embarrass yourself?
No. Stick it in your nose.
All right, it's time to walk that aisle, and we're going to begin now with the first clue. This is a visual clue. Take a look at this pic and tell me, what year was it? AJ Styles made his phenomenal WWE debut at the 2016 Royal Rumble. All right, we're moving on now to the second clue of the job around. It's from Royal Botches. The finish of the 2005 Royal Rumble is the stuff of legends, as these 2 superstars stumbled over the ropes and hit the floor simultaneously. Batista and John Cena were both to be crowned champions at WrestleMania 21, but only one man could win the Royal Rumble. All right, hopefully you feel lucky here because, well, these are some unlucky numbers, and this clue's worth 200 points. How no one has managed to win from this spot is a small mystery, considering that entering from just one number away at number 27 has produced 4 men's Rumble winners.
Come on!
Okay, maybe that question's a little bit confusing, but you really just had a 50-50 shot there. And the correct answer is number 26. Here comes the first clue from the category, opening pairs, worth 200 points. The electric feud between these 2 men took center stage, with them opening the 1999 Royal Rumble match. The feud between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon was one of the hottest pro wrestling angles of all time, so starting the Rumble with these 2 all but guaranteed a fun spectacle. Alright, hopefully you've gone 4 for 4 so far.
Bingo! It's an automatic!
Let's close out the job around with this clue from Rumble Randoms. This one-time heir to the WWE was quietly let go from the company just days after his controversial appearance at the 2022 Rumble. After reportedly ruffling feathers with his selfish booking, Shane McMahon was deservingly future endeavored. Alright, let's jump back across the board now and check out another visual clue. Take a look at this pic and tell me, what year was it? It's hard to believe that just 1 year earlier, Roman Reigns was heavily cheered as he set the record for the most eliminations in a Rumble match. However, in 2015, he was loudly booed from the moment his music hit, and the fans kept booing him even with The Rock by his side. All right, we're moving on to another Royal Rumble botch, and this one is worth 400 points. At the end of the 1993 Royal Rumble, this superstar made a critical mistake when he hit Yokozuna with a flying elbow drop, but then made an unusual choice to go for a pin. Now, if there was one WWE legend who was absolutely terrible at the Royal Rumble, it was the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Here we go with another clue from Unlucky Numbers, and it's worth 400 points. This is the only number between number 1 and number 5 that has never produced a winner in either a men's or women's Royal Rumble match. And that would be the number 4. On to another opening pair worth 400 points. The 2023 Men's Royal Rumble got off to a hard-hitting start, courtesy of these two stiff European superstars. Who are Gunther and Sheamus. And let's finish up the 400-point round now with another Royal Rumble random. Gorilla Monsoon called this 44-year-old Puerto Rican a youngster at the 1993 Rumble, even though he looked anything but while competing against the WWF New Generation. Gotta love Gorilla, he always had some great one-liners, but the correct answer here, who is Carlos Colon?
That youngster.
Alright, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus the daily double, a bonus question, and final Jeopardy.
Things are gonna get very interesting.
Let's begin the 600-point round now with another visual clue. Take a look at this pic and tell me, what year was it? Shawn Michaels was the first WWE superstar to ever go the distance and win the Royal Rumble back in 1995. Here comes another Royal Botch worth 600 points. During the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match, this superstar's surprise WWE return was spoiled when her theme music began playing before the countdown even started. In true Nia Jax fashion, even her surprise return got botched. Alright, we've reached the halfway point of the game now. Hopefully you're still feeling lucky.
I don't think so.
Let's check out another unlucky number, worth 600. Well, this number is certainly considered to be lucky at the craps table. That hasn't been the case in the Royal Rumble. Now, Triple H came close to winning the 2009 Rumble when he entered from this spot. However, nobody has ever won when they've entered at number 7. Time for another opening pair worth 600. The 2011 Royal Rumble kicked off in stellar fashion as these two superstars renewed old hostilities from their Ring of Honor days. Who are CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. And let's finish up the 600-point round now with this clue from Rumble Randoms. This former Intercontinental Champion wanted to sing his theme song during the 2001 Rumble, but instead he got walloped by his trusty guitar courtesy of Kane. Now, we should have told the Big Red Machine, don't be cruel. However, it was Heartbreak Hotel for the Honky Tonk Man. Alright, it's bonus question time. How this works, if you answer this obscure trivia question correctly, you will double your score. Speaking of the Big Red Machine, how many wrestlers did Kane eliminate during the 2001 Royal Rumble match? Setting a record that would last for 13 years, what is 11 eliminations? Let's begin the 800-point round now with another visual clue. Take a look at this pic and tell me, what year was it? Hacksaw Jim Duggan outlasted 19 other superstars to win the first ever Royal Rumble match in 1988. Moving on to another Royal Botch worth 800 points. Edge's first in-ring maneuver in almost a decade was delivering his trademark spear to Dolph Ziggler, but this moment was inexplicably missed thanks to the constant quick camera cuts directed by this former head of WWE production. Now, thankfully, there was footage of this moment that was uploaded to YouTube the following day by the WWE, but it would have been nice to see it live if only Kevin Dunn had kept his finger off the switch. Moving on, here comes the third clue of the 800-point round. All right, here comes a big part of the game right now. It's the Daily Double, but first, make sure you click on that thumbs up button if you're having a good time. The category, once again, is gonna be unlucky numbers. Place your wager now. All right, time is up. Here's this episode's Daily Double clue. Bret Hart nearly won from this spot in 1997, but the Hitman was eliminated by Steve Austin, who had illegally re-entered the match. Now, like the number 7, this number is lucky in the casino, but not so much in the Royal Rumble. What is number 21? And let's pick another opening pair. This clue is going to be worth 800 points. WWE picked these two wrestlers to pioneer its very first women's Royal Rumble match. Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch were the perfect choices to get things started in 2018. Up next is the 1,000-point main event round, but first, let's close out the 800-point round with this clue from Rumble Randoms. This superstar's first and only official WWE match was the 2012 Royal Rumble. Now, she became an Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer, but her WWE career will always be a case of what if. Who is Karma? And it's time once again for the main event. 5 1,000-point questions guaranteed to put your wrestling knowledge to the test.
So let's rumble!
And let's begin with the final visual clue. Take a look at this pic and tell me, what year was it? In my humble opinion, this is the most impressive Kofi Rumble stunt when he leapt from the barricade back to the ring apron in 2014. Here comes the final clue from Royal Botches, worth 1,000. A black mark on an otherwise beloved Royal Rumble saw this superstar not eliminated, but instead somehow disqualified in 2008. And to date, Fit Finlay remains the only wrestler to have ever been eliminated at the Rumble after being disqualified from the match. Here comes the last unlucky number clue, worth 1,000. In numerology, this number has long been considered mysterious. Perhaps that's why Kwang entered from this spot in 1995. Now, many superstitions are associated with this number, especially the number of cats' lives that there are. But to date, nobody, I repeat, nobody has won the Rumble entering from the number 9 spot. And 2 clues remain before Final Jeopardy. Here comes the last opening pair, worth 1,000. A well-defined brand split created a rare dream match between these two superstars to kick off the 2006 Men's Royal Rumble match. And it was Raw's Triple H and SmackDown's Rey Mysterio, who were legitimately fresh opponents who'd had minimal on-screen interaction. All right, let's close out the board with this final clue from Rumble Randoms. According to various reports, the WWE attempted to appease Saudi Arabian officials' impossible request to have the late Yokozuna participate in 2018's Greatest Royal Rumble by hiring this sumo wrestler as an Asian alternative. Yeah, it's still mind-boggling to me to reread that clue. The correct answer, Who is Hiroki Sumi? All right, 26 clues are down and only one separates you from becoming the ultimate WrestleTrivia Royal Rumble Jeopardy champion.
Wrong again.
Now let's find out what this episode's final Jeopardy category is. Sign language. All right, time is up. Here is the final Jeopardy clue. Who was the first Royal Rumble winner to point at the WrestleMania sign? Was it A, Edge, B, John Cena, C, Randy Orton, or D, The Undertaker? You have 15 seconds. Good luck. There's a reason he's called the GOAT. The correct answer is B, John Cena. And that does it for another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy. Thanks again so much for watching. My name's Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.